fell to his death. Another is a highwayman with a sword. That tree was soon named Fright Corner, and that's where his ghost looms every day. The Watercress Woman is the ghost of a woman who used to sit on a bridge drinking gin and smoking her pipe while selling watercress. You'd assume she drowned in the river she sat near, but the reality was a lot more grim. It said she dropped gin all over herself and accidentally set herself alight on the bridge. There's also the ghost of a principal who hung himself and was found by his students. On LV Farm, which dates back to 1406, there's the ghost of Edward Brett who shot himself.
Let's pause it, I guess. Head to bed, wake up in the morning, head to school. May as well, right? 5 in the morning, head to school, yo. My new high school in Sunnyvale in Sydney, Australia. High school is just down here, buddy. Let's TP up top. Go this way. Go through here. Go over here, jump here. The school should be over this way. Shit. There's a school there. See that white building? That's a school. Fuck it, it's a small high school. Look at it. It's a small high school. Let's wait until someone unlocks the gate. Yo, finally. Head to class. First class for the day should be here. Good morning, class. Today we have a new student. Introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Isaac and I'm 15. I am the son of the Demon King. So, yeah. I'm gonna go... Actually, I'm not 15. Fuck, I'm 16. I'm gonna go sit down now. Course dismissed. My second class for the day should be here. Good morning, class. Class dismissed. My last class for the day into the afternoon should be downstairs. Should be here. Good morning, class. Okay, class dismissed. Have fun at break. Hell yeah, break time. It's bloody break time now. Fuck this elbow is small, dude. Let's chill here.
In the dairy. His last words to his wife were, "I will do it," and that's what can be heard whispered around the farm. Then, of course, if we're more generic, there's the white lady and the red lady, because make no mistake, there is always a white lady ghost in every list. That's 7 ghosts already, and that's not even the end of it. Based on the deaths in the list, I get the feeling there's like an external force in the village that made people slightly suicidal. That's the vibe I'm getting, I don't really know. At number 8, we have Savannah, Georgia. Apparently, it's widespread knowledge that Savannah is the most haunted city in America, and thankfully, I've never been. The town was given this title because literally every building in the town is haunted, like everyone. Every building has a story, every building has its own ghost. It's like Savannah is more for the ghosts than it is for the living. The Hamilton Turner Inn is home to the ghost of a man smoking a cigar on its roof, as well as little children. Whose children are they? God knows. Dubbed one of the best haunted hotels in the US, because clearly that's a real category, the Marshall House was a hotel that ended up being used as a hospital thrice in its history, and thus you can imagine all the dead patients as ghosts running around. 1790 Inn and Restaurant is the home of a scorned woman called Anna, who haunts the upstairs guest rooms waiting for her lost love. But why is Savannah so haunted? Let's go back in history. The town has been the site of many and many atrocities. The siege of Savannah that killed 240 people left people thinking unsettled soldiers still lingered there. Savannah has also been the site of a yellow fever epidemic, so that's a lot of people dead just there. In 1820, there was a massive fire in town that destroyed 500 buildings, and there was an even bigger fire 25 years prior that destroyed half that number. The people that died in those fires have been linked to the houses they occupied. And let's not forget the countless murders that have taken place there as well. Filling our number 7 slot is Jerome, Arizona. Mining town Jerome is known as the wickedest town in the West for its brothels, gambling, and heavy drinking miners. The town itself actually burned down 3 times in 3 years at the end of the 1800s. At its peak, its population was 15,000, it then shrank to 50 people in the 50s, and currently it's 450 people. Inside the town, the Jerome Grand Hotel adds to the hauntings tenfold. Before it was a hotel, it was the United Verde Hospital where dozens of people died during the Great Spanish Influenza. Coughs, breathing, lights flicking, doors opening, a little child running on the 3rd floor either laughing or crying. It has it all. Sometimes the little ghost just stays at the foot of a guest's bed and stares at them all night. The sounds of newborn babies crying, and many guests have even spoken to the front desk about it out of concern, but then they find out it's coming from an empty room. A maintenance man named Claude Harvey was found under the elevator, murdered in the 30s, and his ghost wanders around the hotel as well. There's even a ghost cat at this hotel. Can you imagine? I could go on, but I think you get the picture. Other than coming for tourism or to chase ghosts, no one really visits Jerome anymore, sadly. Now at number 6 is Helltown, Ohio. Founded in 1806 and formerly called Boston, this place used to be the oldest village in Summit County. Helltown was the victim of disappearing forest land when President Ford let the National Park jurisdiction expropriate land to make parks. The NPS started buying properties of locals in Helltown, and they were pissed. They even wrote, "Now we know how the Indians felt," all over their houses, which I feel is a bit inappropriate, but either way, that was all for nothing. The plan fell through in the end and the village was abandoned. Things went wrong in 1985 when rangers visited Kredge Dump nearby and left covered in rashes and sick. Apparently the dump was highly toxic because chemicals were never disposed of properly. There's also the issue of the Satanist church, equipped with upside-down crosses and all. Human and animal sacrifices even took place there, and that's not all. There was even There was even an escaped mental patient in the woods in the town that killed a bus full of children, and that bus is still there, haunted by the ghost's murdered past. There's even a mutated snake in the town known as the Peninsula Python, so it's safe to say the town lives up to its name and has way too much going on. Coming in at number 5 is Granberry, Texas. This one's a bit of a small one. In 2010, their population wasn't even 8,000, so I mean, it's an intimate little town. But regardless of that, it's been the home for many infamous people over the years. Davy Crockett's wife Elizabeth moved there post the Texas Revolution, and Jesse James is even buried in the city of Granbury Cemetery. Billy the Kid apparently moved there too after faking his own death. But the biggest haunted appeal of Granbury is John St. Helen. He moved there in the 1870s to teach and would quote Shakespeare all the time. But people think John St. Helen was actually John Wilkes Booth, the man who assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Apparently he died in a bar fire and police threw Booth's body into the Potomac River. Others say he was assigned a new identity after the assassination. I mean, in town he walked with a strange limp and had a southern accent, so people were wary of him. On his deathbed, he did confess to a priest that he was in fact John Wilkes Booth and told him where he could find the gun that killed Abe. But he didn't die that day. He fled the city, but it's said that when he did finally die, wherever that was, he came back to Granbury. The Granbury Opera House is haunted by him now, and you can hear him quoting Shakespeare all the time. Some things never change. At number 4 is Galveston, Texas. This island city's residents are so used to seeing ghosts around that honestly, they don't even bat an eyelid anymore. During the early 1900s, the city opened the Galvez Hotel to honor military leader Bernardo de Galvez, and they commissioned a giant portrait of him to go in its lobby. Soon after the Galvez Hotel opened its doors, guests started complaining this painting would make them feel extremely cold and that his eyes would just follow them everywhere. The hotel is also haunted by a ghost bride who's been seen many times in room 501. It's said she hung herself after finding out her fiancé died at sea, but to make matters worse, he didn't even die. He came to the hotel looking for her and for the marriage that would never be. There was also a storm in 1900, which is still considered the deadliest storm in US history that killed 8,000 residents. Mayfield's Manor served as a morgue after the storm, and it's now haunted all year round, 24/7, around the clock. Dash Beardsley does ghost tours of the city, and he said he's seen them with his own eyes. Among his many stories is one of an office in town that calls 911 every night. The police have gone there countless times to find the office empty and no telephone even connected. Another story is the ghost of a salesman who died inside Madame Harvey's brothel in the 1800s. A police chief moved his body to a park and made it look like he was, feeding pigeons, and put him on a bench so it would be less embarrassing for his family, and the man's ghost is still looking for his car keys. Filling our number 3 slot is Jefferson, Texas. That's 3 towns in Texas in a row now. I really wasn't lying when I said Texas takes the cake on this list. It's been dubbed one of the most haunted towns in the South by many travel channels, and I know it sounds like I'm saying this is one of the most haunted towns ever for every single number, but it's true. Either way, the town is plagued by the apparitions haunting the Jefferson Hotel, and I'd be so mad if I was the girl, honestly. Like I said, I didn't want to marry you, and now I'm stuck in this afterlife purgatory with you. Just my luck. Anyway, the second story involves a prisoner who was killed during a rough interrogation, and he too haunts the inside of the building by banging on the bars and throwing papers about. Now, the second building is Delaney Hall in Schreiner University. From its name, you can probably guess that it's a dorm building at the university, and it's haunted by 8 former students, while living students still reside there. The students see doors slamming when the ghosts have fights with one another, and construction workers constantly complain about how their tools go missing because of the ghosts. And finally, at number 1 is Saratoga, Texas. The Light of Saratoga is the legend of mysterious lights appearing and disappearing on Bragg Road.
Which has another joint.
No. The road runs between Beaumont and Livingston and is next to the ghost town of Bragg Station. A haunted road and a ghost town? What a match made in heaven. So strange lights on roads have been featured in many other videos, so this phenomenon is nothing new. Some think it's simply swamp gas, but the most popular story behind it is that a railroad worker was decapitated during a railway accident, and the light comes from the lantern his ghost carries as he looks for his head. Honestly, if he's survived this long without his head, I don't really think he needs it. The second explanation for the light is a ghostly couple. It said the newlyweds were on their way home on the road when they were stopped by an innocent-looking man on the side of the road.
Give me
the
your
man
money.
was not innocent at all.
Give me
He had
your
a
lunch
gun
money,
and
dog.
a knife and took the man's wife hostage into big thicket forest.
Give me your fucking lunch money. Give me it. And why should I do that? Huh? Why should I fucking do that? Because, give me it. Give me your lunch money. Now, new kid. You think I'm scared? I am the son of the Demon King. And who the fuck are you supposed to be? Huh? I am the son of Cthulhu. Cthulhu ain't shit. Shut the fuck up about my dad. I'll tell you what. Let's fight. I challenge you to a duel. If you win, I'll give you the lunch money. My lunch money. If I win, on the other hand, you fuck off and leave me alone. Got it? Done, new kid. Prepare to get defeated, new kid. Whatever you say, dickhead. Whatever you say. So, ready on the door out. In the oval, so everyone can see. I'll beat your ass, kid. Whatever. I'll meet you there, new kid. Whatever, dude. Whatever he say. Sure, he'll beat my ass, dog. Now, I need this. Ready? Ready, kid. Fucking new kid. Okay. So we got boy, huh? No, not really. Guess again. Shit! Guess again. Let me the fuck out! I'm freezing in here. Fine. What's wrong, dude, huh? Fucking let me out of here, I'm cold! You fucking bitch! Oh, so scary. So fucking scary. What should I lose? You know what? What shoe is this? Die, you motherfucker! Wake up! Huh? The fuck? Did I win? No! I defeated you, bitch ass. So, you have to get the fuck out of here and don't bully me again. And go pick on someone else. Got it? Pick on someone else. Because I'm not the guy who'll be fucked with. Whatever, new kid. See you later, fucking asshole. Yeah, fuck you too. Press play.
Her there and then disappeared. The man was ordered to wait in the car till they disappeared, otherwise he'd shoot her. He waited and then ran into the forest trying to follow their sounds, but he was too late. So it said the lights on the road are him trying to find his bride's murderer. Love never dies, you guys. Your fiancé may be murdered, but your love never dies. Starting off this countdown, we have St. Elmo. St. Elmo, originally known as Forest City, was once a very popular mining town in Colorado. They had about 2,000 people living there when the mines opened. However, in the early 1920s, the mining industry started to decline, and slowly people packed up and left. However, it's not completely abandoned. Apparently, a couple of people still live there, but it's said that this place is haunted. In fact, it's said that it is home to some of the most paranormal activity in the state. Maybe it's a good spot for paranormal investigators, but $9 million to rid the town of asbestos. So instead of doing that, they just shut the town down completely. In 2006, the government turned off the power to the town and had its name removed from maps and road signs. In fact, all roads that once led to the town are now closed off. If you do choose to enter the town, you will find tons of huge warning signs advising you to turn back. And in our number one spot, we have Pripyat, Ukraine. This is probably the most famous abandoned...
Starting us off, in number 10 is cast members who get to experience the rides after dark. And by get to, I mean have to. They're absolutely forced to. Well, apparently some of these rides are absolutely one...
Let's pause it. Let's go. Head to McDonald's. Not let's go, but head to McDonald's, get something to eat. Then head back to school. I think I saw McDonald's this way on my way to school. I'm not too sure, but I think McDonald's is somewhere around here. Yeah, M sign. Look at that M sign, dude. McDonald's. How do I go in there? There has to be a way in there to give me something to eat. Can I just teleport in there? In the building? And give me something to eat. Can I go through there? There we are. Shit. Yeah, look. But there's no... Hey, hey. Do you guys have double cheeseburger? Sure. That'll be $15. Fair enough. 5, 10, 15. Here your bag. Here is your burger. Thanks. Let's sit down. A playground. A kid's playground. Nice. Let's eat, I guess. Back to school now. Back at the high school in Sunnyvale, Sydney, Australia, in the magical world. Press play.
Just just won't go on this ride ever again. And at number 9, rides after dark. And by get to, I mean have to. They're absolutely forced to. Well, apparently some of these rides are absolutely 100% haunted. Especially, it's a small world. I remember I was stuck on that ride one time, and I wanted to absolutely kill myself because it was so annoying. It was on repeat. It's so repetitive. Well, multiple cast members have reported seeing the little animated dolls blink or appear in entirely different places long after that they've been unplugged and switched off for the night. Honestly, there's just something about the ride that creeps me out, and a reason why I just won't go on this ride ever again. And at number 9 is the poor employee who had a little bit of a game with Walt Disney himself after he died. A bit of backstory. Whenever Walt was at the parks, the staff would always make sure that the light in the window of the fire station was turned on to let everyone know, you know, Walt's here, let's be on our best behavior. Well, once he died, they turned off the lights. But one day, a staff member was cleaning the room where the lamp was, and they saw that it was turned on. She turned it off, turned around, and when she turned back, it was switched on again. This would freak me out. She again turned it off. I wouldn't do that. I would just run like crazy, not look back, put in my resignation, and I'd probably go work for Microsoft or something. Well, something inside her was telling her that Walt was letting her know that, hey, I'm still here.
What's tomorrow?
In this park.
Friday.
Then the lights always
Cool.
stay on to let
Let's
everyone know
ride
that
school
Walt is
tomorrow.
looking down
Let's
on the
skip
park.
school.
So everyone there better be on their best behavior. Following up, at number 8 is when a Disney employee noticed that there was a mysterious box chained to a lamppost. Anyone who's seen any type of crime shows know that if there's a mysterious package anywhere, it might be a bomb. And
Become a
to
joint.
the area and call 911. This employee jumped into action and did just that, because the last thing anybody wants is an active bomb in the happiest place on earth, filled with excited kids and their families. Turns out, thankfully, it wasn't a bomb. It was just some family's lunch, and they